2019. It's been a while. I was away, and I'm back, and so I'm here to share a little bit of the subject that I find very interesting, which is the subject of shamanic journey to the fear of being seen. And I can recall in my life personally, I remember having the fear of failure if I was being seen in a place where I was supposed to shine, and the pressure of trying to do well in a situation as pressure mounted in terms of being a child and having parents who lived through me and tried to assert their own lack of autonomy, their lack of independence onto my personal space. And what happened for me was the fear of being seen, like, manifested in different ways for me. It affected my personal relationships, my professional choices, endeavors, and eventually my social interactions. And so as we go through life and have this fear of being ourselves, we also have this fear of them being seen, because we don't know what we're seen as. And we don't have a grasp or a concept of what our inner world looks like, or what we look at ourselves in an honest way. So it's difficult to then project or to see how other people can see us, and then that becomes somewhat of a frightening experience. And some of the things that we do in terms of when we have a sense of not wanting to be seen is we procrastinate. We don't think we can meet the standards that we were placed under as a child. And it pushes us to push things aside, to avoid things. We avoid opportunities, situations where it requires us to be visible and to shine and actually have the talent to do that, but then suppress ourselves, to hide ourselves from speaking or taking leadership roles. And then it limits our personal growth naturally. And then we have self-sabotage, where we unconsciously undermine our efforts or our desires to expose ourselves, which is basically being seen. And then the subject of constantly comparing ourselves to others and not feeling good enough. And that's where that perfectionism comes in, that overly pressured situation. And then as we advance in our lives, we have the relationship sabotage, where we can subconsciously sabotage relationships, push people away and not allow them to get close to us, because we feel that we don't want to be rejected, and we don't want to be in a position where we're left in that feeling that we once felt before. So the fear of being seen is not a fleeting emotion. It's persistent, and it's a self-perpetuating cycle that's reinforced by our own internal beliefs, and therefore then the external pressures that we put upon ourselves. We have, when we go for jobs, we have the imposter syndrome, where we don't feel good enough, that we don't feel authentic in what we're doing, which centers again around perfectionism, the need to be perfect at doing something, and that never could be fulfilled because nobody's perfect, which then perpetuates itself to low self-worth, right? So the early traumas and the compounding feelings of just pressuring ourselves to be able to do something and have that inner battle between one another. The important thing for us to keep in mind, that when we're in this position of having the fear of being seen, is that it's important for us to build self-worth. Practicing self-compassion, to look at ourselves and be able to sit in our company alone, to be able to take care of ourselves, that wounded part, that inner child part. It then would foster a more healthier self-image of ourselves, where we can manage being in our own company and not feel like we want to run from ourselves. So it's important to have self-talk, self-compassion, maybe meditate, or find a place or a moment where you could sit with yourself and not run. And the last thing for this particular subject of fear of being seen is making sure to set boundaries. And what that does is it allows you to then create space without trying to please or overplease people, and then lose yourself again in the process. Okay, so let's go today on a journey, a shamanic journey number 113, to the fear of being seen. Hopefully you'll be able to find a spirit animal that will come into your path, send you some images or information by being in a state of receptivity, just allowing information to come, being in a relaxed state, breathing, and just surrendering. Okay, so take a deep breath in and exhale. Take a deep breath in and exhale. One more breath in. And let's go on our journey. We walk into the woods. The wind is blowing and the air is fresh. We straighten our back. We pick our head up. And we look to the sky. And as we walk on the path, we take a deep breath in. And follow the terrain. Up ahead, we see an opening into the cave. We enter the cave, using our hands to navigate through the darkness. And as we continue on the path inside the cave, we see the light shining from the other side. And we exit the cave. Continuing on the path, taking in the new scenery. And as we continue, we hear a noise to the left. We stop. And we see a spirit animal. What animal do you see? As you make contact with your spirit animal, you ask it about the subject of the fear of being seen and when it started and how it's impacted your life. And you listen for the answers. light from the other side and exiting the cave. Back on the original path, you take a deep breath in and exhale. And as you continue on the path, you stop in front of an oak tree on the left. You put your hands around the tree and you exchange energy with it. The tree absorbing the positive ions and neutralizing any negative energy. You take a deep breath in and you thank the tree as you release your hands. And you continue on out of the forest. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Take one more deep breath in and exhale. Move your fingers, move your toes, shrug your shoulders. And when you're ready, come back into the room. Okay, today was Shamanic Journey number 113, to the fear of being seen. And as I mentioned earlier at the beginning, we've all experienced moments in our lives where we're afraid to be ourselves, to be able to shine our light. And through our lives, we sometimes procrastinate, we avoid, we self-sabotage, and we compare. In the midst of it all, we seem to try to find a sense of perfectionism in ourselves, in our appearance, in our actions. We sabotage different types of things, our relationships, the professions we choose, whatever it may be. And so the fear, again, as I said before, is not a fleeting emotion, but rather a persistent self-perpetuating cycle that really is reinforced by our internal beliefs and the external pressures that we may have felt at one time of our lives or in our lives. The important thing for us to do is to remember that we can overcome and we can grow from our experiences by building our self-worth, practicing self-compassion, self-love, doing inner child work, and of course setting boundaries, which is essential for overcoming the fear of being seen. And by doing so, we take back our power, we find ourselves back in our own inner core of who we are, and that's an essential part of our existence. So hopefully this week, as you go on your journey in life, you received information from the spirit animal. Maybe you can apply it to your life, and you can retrace steps and bring that part of your life back to helping you and assisting you in the future. All right, I want to thank you for joining me, and if you didn't catch the live, you can catch the replay, and I hope you have a great and wonderful week ahead. Take care.